Are you using Facebook and try to grow your business to get leads and sales? And you probably are very consistent posting content every single day, but you don't get the engagements that you deserve. And also when you look at your bank account, the sales are not there. So in this video, I want to show you exactly how to solve that problem. So every time you post, you're going to get the right people engage with your content and they can become your leads, then that will lead to your sales. All right. So in this video, I'm going to use one of my recent students, Caesar, his Facebook profile as an example, because he just sent me his weekly update about the progress that he has done from the last week. And before I dive in deeper and go over his weekly report together with you guys, I want to show you what Caesar has completed in his first 30 days. And when we do this audit together, I will also share with you my perspective and also some additional tips that you guys can implement in your Facebook organic marketing. So in the last 30 days, Caesar created his Facebook profile fully optimized. What do I mean fully optimized? Number one, you have a banner that can represent your brand. When people click on your banner, you have your funnel, your website, put in the banner description. I see a lot of people, they have their banner, but they forgot to add their funnel in the banner description, okay? So this is one of the 5 touch points that you need to pay attention to. Otherwise, you are leaving money on the table. So Caesar has his funnel link, put it in the first paragraph of his banner description. Good job. And also in the last 30 days, Caesar set up his funnel. Basically, this is a master resale rights product. So Caesar, he can make 100% commissions from every single sale without him creating any product himself. So he set up his complete system. When I click on this one, people can go through his funnel, put in their email, then see the presentation. Then the presentation video will do the tailing and selling for Caesar. Then when people buy from this funnel, 100% of the payment goes to Caesar's bank account. Caesar also created his feature section. This is what I call your portfolio. When you try to get leads and sales on Facebook, a lot of people, before you even interact with them, they will check you out first. Why do I want to do business with you? Do you have track record? Are you the person I feel relatable to? So a big part of this is that you have to showcase your track record. If you are brand new, right, you don't have testimonials from your audience yet, it's okay. Usually the product vendor, especially if you're promoting other people's products, they have testimonials ready for you to use. But in addition to that, the most important thing is who are you, right? What's your story? What's your why, right? So in this section, the most important thing I would say is to talk about your story because people buy from people who they trust. We all hear about know, like, trust effect, right? When you build your brand on social media, your audience has to be willing to know you, then they will like you, then they will trust you, and when they trust you, they will buy whatever you recommend. So this is what we call know, like, trust effect. But how do you create that know, like, trust effect? Everything is built on one big foundation. I don't see many people talk about this, but this is the key. That foundation is relatability. If I don't feel you are relatable, I won't even spend my time in knowing you more, liking you, and eventually trusting you, buy products from you, right? So in order for people to know you, like you, trust you, you have to make them feel you are relatable. That's the first step. And how do you make people feel you are relatable? If you and I share common challenges, if you and I have common goal, right? That's the quickest way to build that relatability. So your story is one key element in your business. So this part, Caesar did it very well. And also in the first 30 days, Caesar already know how to use AI to create his daily content. Now today we want to solve this challenge. After you create your content, how do we actually get people to see it? How do we get people to consume your content so they can feel you are relatable? They can know you, like you, trust you, and eventually buy from whatever you recommend. That's the topic today. I will show you exactly how to do that. And before we dive in deeper, I also have a comment about this marketing message. I'm not saying Caesar is doing this wrong, but if you want to take it to the next level, there is one thing missing in this marketing message. Take a guess. What's that? Caesar say, still trying to earn online, one proven step-by-step system, beginner friendly. And Caesar, if you're watching this, I do pick up you have one extra space before this one, before this all. I pay attention to every small details. Caesar talking about beginner friendly, free training included, 5K in 60 days, or coaching until you do. Does it sound like everybody else? Yes, when everybody try to sell business opportunity online, this message sounds like everybody else. So how do we stand out? If we piggyback to what I just said, if you want to create no like trust effect, you have to be relatable, right? That's why we need to learn how to tell story. Why do you want to tell story? Because you want to make your audience feel they are understood by reading your content or watching your content. So if you can call out the pains that they try to avoid or the struggles that they are going through. If you can do that, immediately your audience will feel you are speaking to them. So one thing I do want to add on this banner is what pains that your offer can remove. For example, let's say if I go for 5K in 60 days angle, I help busy parents make additional 5K in 60 days without, let's say their pain point is that they cannot show their face because of their work, because of their culture, because of their family reason, whatever. Let's say if I pick that pain point, I would say something like, I help busy parents make additional 5K in 60 days without showing your face. If my target audience, they are not tech savvy and they are worried about, hey, I want to do online business, I want to make additional money, but I'm not technical at all. Okay. So if that's one of the pain points that my target audience has, I would say something like this. I help busy parents make an additional 5K in 60 days without being tech savvy. Does that make sense? If you can communicate to your audience, especially about their pain points, they immediately feel you understand them, okay? And only after they feel you understand them, they will be willing to hear your suggestions, all right? Otherwise, you just sounds like everybody else. Does that make sense? Now, let's move on to Caesar's weekly report. So this is Caesar's weekly report. Now, Caesar already know how to post consistently, 3 to 4 posts a day. He also understand 80-20 content rules. 80% of your content should be create that no like trust effect. 20% of your content can be selling promotional content. I see a lot of beginners, they try to make money online. So 100% of their content is about promotional content. Why you should buy this product. After you buy this product, how much money you can make, right? And all that stuff. But nobody buy. Why? Because remember, people only buy from people who they trust. So it's not about your product. It's about if your audience trusts you or not. How to create that trust? Your audience has to like you. How to make your audience like you? They have to know you. How do we make them even want to know you? You are relatable. That's the story part. So 80% of your content will be building relationship, being relatable, providing value, earn their trust. Once you can do that, the other 20% of the content, when you are selling, that becomes super easy. So Caesar did that part right. So this is his daily content creation schedule. He know how to use AI tools to create his content. Now he is also engaged with people, sending DM to really build a relationship inside the messenger. And here, Caesar talk about his emotional state. He's dealing with a lot of challenges, whether that's in business and also in his personal life. You know what? I'm gonna actually take these emotional challenges. I'm gonna turn it into a piece of content. So we'll do that in this video as well. Here is Caesar's focus for next week. Number one, maintain the daily posting rhythm of at least 3 to 4 posts a day. Keep the content mix close to 2 posts from my story perspective, one everyday boring life story or relatable topics, one strong value post with only about 20% of total posts being direct offer related. Continue to diversify different formats using AI powered graphics and short videos. So it's all about content creation. Slowly but steady increase the number of DMs while keeping the tone very soft and relationship focused. So here, I would move this as the number one priority. Because when we are doing social media content, what's our end goal as a business owner? We want to get leads and sales from our content, right? But if you keep posting content, nobody even give you engagement. What's the likelihood for anybody to buy anything from you? Slim, okay? Why? Because if you cannot get engagement on your content, that tells me one thing. People don't even pay you with their time. If people don't even pay you with their time, do you think they're going to pay you with their money? No. So our first challenge for Caesar right now is how to get engagement after you make post. I will show you exactly how I do it. But I want to talk about what counts as engagement. If you do a simple Google search, Facebook engagements include a couple things. Reaction. What do I mean by that? Let's say if I visit Caesar's profile, I go to this emoji icon, I click on love. That counts as one engagement. What other actions also count as engagement? Let's keep reading. Comments. Comments means if I go here, I say powerful post, brother. Let's go. Comment also count as engagement. What else? Also shares, clicks, video views, saves. This all counts as engagement. And there's one thing most people miss. Do you know what's the highest engagement score? Messages. So if you message somebody, if you can talk to people in the messenger, that will give you the highest engagement score with Facebook algorithm. Pay attention to this because every time you make a content, you make a post. Let's see, Caesar have 817 followers. Every time you make a post, do you think Facebook will push that content to all 817 followers? No. So how many people will actually see your post? Usually, when you make a new post, Facebook will send it to 3% of people in your audience. So let's say you have 817 followers. When you make a post, it's about 24 people. Facebook will send your content to them first. And depending on their reaction, their engagement, then Facebook will decide to push that post to more people. Okay? My next question is how Facebook decide who this 3% of the people are based on the engagement score. So if you understand this, you can work with the algorithm. You can pretty much decide who is going to see your next post. Remember that because when I do the demonstration, you're going to see exactly how I control Facebook algorithm by manufacturing the engagement score. I can pick and choose who I do engagement with in order to let Facebook algorithm push my content to those people more. All right. I don't post blindly and hope somebody gonna see it and hope somebody gonna become my lead and hope somebody gonna buy. Every single move, there is a purpose behind it. So how to fix the challenge so we can have the right people to see Caesar's content? We create engagements with the right people. So how do I create engagement? So this is my cell phone. I'll do it right in front of you. When I go to my Facebook, this is my Facebook profile. Couple things. One way for you to get leads on Facebook is by sending friend requests, right? When you hang out on Facebook, if you see somebody you can help, you're gonna send them your friend request. So if you do this part right, everybody on your friends list should be people that you know you can help. It's not random people, it's targeted leads, okay? So once you know how to do that, then next step becomes easier. If I go to my profile, if I click on my menu, go to this menu, I select friends. From the top menu bar, I click on your friends. This one right here, click on it. Now we can sort our friends list by clicking this sort icon. When I click on it, I can sort my friends from the newest to the oldest. So if I go to newest friends first, I know immediately who are my new leads. Does that make sense? So once people get on my friends list, my goal is to create that engagement quickly. So when I talk about my story, when I put out valuable content, those new leads gonna see it, quickly warm up the temperature. Then next time, when I do that 20% of the content, when I do promotional content, new leads, they're gonna see it, they're gonna comment on it, then I'm gonna start a sales conversation. Does that make sense? So once you know how to sort it, all these people are potential leads who just accepted my friend's request. So I'm going to go to their profile one by one to create engagement. So Caroline, the highest engagement score is what? Messages, right? So I'm going to start from messages. Nice to connect with you. Have a wonderful day ahead. Just like that. So I send Caroline a message in the DM. Caroline might reply, she might not reply, but it's okay. The message just trigger Facebook algorithm. So Facebook will send my future content to Caroline. So that's message. I'm gonna stay here for a few seconds more. I'm gonna support Caroline her post as well. I'm gonna smash that emoji, count as one engagement score. I'm gonna drop a comment. This looks interesting. So I did three things. I sent over a message. I smashed that emoji on her post. I also dropped a comment. Now I move on to next one. I could spend 15 minutes. I engage with 15 people. So when you do that, Facebook will start pushing your content to the right people. So that's number one. Number two, I also want to show you how do you message people without cold DMing them, because we all hate to be sold to. A lot of people, when they message you, they say, hey, I like to hang out with like-minded people. When you receive that kind of message, you immediately feel the other person try to sell you something, and that turns you off. So we don't want to become that kind of person. So how do you do that? How do you message somebody, especially your new friends, without sounding salesy? Here is a secret tip. You leverage their Facebook stories. So once people get on your friends list, you're gonna see their daily stories. You see, this is my profile. Just because I engage with Caesar's content, now Facebook pushing his content to me more. Now you can use their stories. When you leverage other people's story, let's say Missy put out this story, I can give Missy a compliment through her story. You see here at the bottom, you can message them from here. So let me show you. Huge congratulations, Missy. Let's go. Message sent. So I sent Missy a message, but without sounding salesy. Let me do another one. Jessica, love this. Let's go, Jessica. You can see I can message anybody I want to start a dialogue without sounding salesy. Because who doesn't like your audience send you a message saying, I appreciate your content? Everybody likes that, right? So do that. Once you know how to do this, Facebook will push your content to those people we just engaged more often. If you know how to send friend requests to the right people, now you have targeted leads on your friends list. The next step is to create that engagement. So Facebook will push your content to those people more. So that's the secret. Now, the final tip here is Caesar's emotional challenge this week. We all have challenges. Like even though I'm running a multi seven-figure business, I also have my daily challenges. Sometimes we feel worried, we feel frustrated, we feel pressure, right? So we all have that internal feeling. But don't forget, your audience, they also have that feeling when they deal with their own challenges. Remember, in order to create that know, like, trust effect, we have to be relatable. But how to be relatable quickly is if you and I share the common challenges. So when you are dealing with challenges, do not hide it inside of you, okay? You want to use it, basically turn your mess into a message. So your audience can see that, oh, you are going through the same challenges as me. Oh, you are doing this in order to get yourself out of that challenging state. Let me follow you, okay? Because I see myself through you, right? That's how you build a loyal following. So our goal right now is to turn this emotional challenge, turn this mess into a message that we can impact our audience. Okay. So what I do is I simply use AI. So I copy all this. Let's just read it. It has now been about a month since I joined the program. There's still one more month left to hit the big goal, but honestly, my mental pressure is quite high. I can see that I'm building habits and structure, daily posts, better content mix, more personal story, some DM outreach. But so far, I haven't yet seen clear breakthrough results, which makes me feel anxious. At the same time, I recognize this pattern from other things I've done in the past. Often, there is a long phase of effort with little visible result before something clicks. This time, I really hope that with Daniel's guidance, I can actually push through that wall instead of giving up too early. Okay, beautiful. Let's take this. I simply took this. I go to, you can do this with ChatGPT. I do this with Cloud. And I'm only using free version of Cloud. Let me show you how did I turn Caesar's emotional state into a powerful message. So here, let's just read it together. I transform this pressure, frustration, anxious into a powerful message. I'm going to be completely honest with you today because I think you need to hear this. It's been about a month since I went all in on this, and I'm sitting here right now feeling the weight of everything I've put on the line, and it's heavy. I know what the next 30 days are supposed to look like on paper, the goals I set, the promises I made to myself, the vision I can see so clearly in my head when I close my eyes at night. But right now, in this moment, the gap between where I am and where I need to be feels massive. You feel relatable to that if you are trying to grow your successful business online. And the mental pressure is real. I'm showing up every single day, posting content, reaching out to people, building the habits that I know are supposed to compound over time. But here's the thing, nobody tells you when you are in the thick of it. You can do everything right and still not see the breakthrough you are hoping for, at least not yet. And that's the part that messes with your head. Because every morning I wake up, I see my kids, and I remember exactly why I started this in the first place. I want them to grow up knowing that their dad didn't settle, that he didn't just accept whatever life handed him, that he fought for something better even when it was hard. But then I sit down at my computer, put in the work, and some days it feels like I'm shouting into the void. Maybe that's you, right? Like nothing is moving. Like maybe I'm just not built for this the way other people are. Maybe you are feeling the same as well. Maybe you feel the same emotion that Caesar is feeling now. And I hate that feeling because I've been here before in other areas of my life. That long, brutal stretch where you are putting in the effort after effort after effort, and you can't see any visible results. And every single day, that voice gets a little louder, asking, is this actually going to work, or are you just wasting your time? The difference this time is that I refuse to let that voice win. I've given up too early before. I've walked away from things right before they were about to click. And I'm not doing that again. Not this time. Not with this. Not when my kids are watching. So, yeah, I'm feeling the pressure. I'm dealing with the same doubts you probably are. I'm wondering if I'm doing enough or if I even have what it takes. But I'm still here, still posting, still reaching out, still building because I know something now that I didn't know before. The people who make it aren't the ones who never doubted themselves. They are the ones who kept going even when they did. Boom. That's it. Turn your mess into a powerful message. This is exactly what I'm talking about. That 80% of the content should be. When you do that 80% right, especially when after this training, you know how to create engagement with your new leads, with the right people. So Facebook gonna help you put your content in front of them more. So they feel you are relatable. They are willing to know you, like you, trust you. Guess when you ask them to buy whatever you recommend, what are they going to do? They're going to buy from you. So do that 80% right. The other 20% when you want to sell becomes easier. So this is a training for today. I hope you walk away with some value so you can take your Facebook organic marketing to the next level. If you like this video, make sure you hit that like and also subscribe to my channel so you don't miss out any of my future training video. And if you want my personal help, I also put my contact information in the video description. You can direct message me on my WhatsApp, then I'll take a look at your situation and give you some advice to help you grow. Let's go.